Hectic.
Welcome back to it, you guys. Now, for today's DIY, I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own pinhole camera. Now, for those of you who are wondering what a pinhole camera is, basically, it is any camera that shoots without a lens but uses a tiny hole as an aperture opening. Now, in simple terms, it basically works just like the old school film cameras, but uses a pinhole to expose the film and also to allow the light in. Okay, so let's actually get started. What you need for this is a black box that has a lid, just like this one. And you can use any box as long as it's black on the inside and on the outside. And your box also needs to have a lid, you guys. And then the next thing that we are going to need is our film, or you can use some photo paper, that also works well. And then the next thing that you need is some aluminium foil, or you can use a soda can. And that will be used as our lens for our film camera. And then we're also going to be needing our drawing pin, and that is going to make our hole because it is called a pinhole camera. And we're also going to need an elastic band as well as some black cardboard paper and also some black tape. You're also going to need some scissors and some markers and also your craft knife and your ruler that you're going to be using to measure out everything. So let's actually get started. What we are going to be doing first is that you're going to grab the lid of your black box, and as I said, you need to ensure that your box is black both on the inside and the outside. Now, we know that the color black doesn't reflect light, so this is going to help to contain all of the light so that it doesn't escape, so that, you know, we can get the best picture possible. Okay, so the first step is that you're going to grab your craft knife as well as your ruler and a marker or a pen. And what you're going to do is you need to measure out, you first need to find the center of your box because that's where your 1 by 1 centimeter hole will be made. And then you need to measure out the center. So you can do that by crossing over and then make a dot over there with your pen, with your ruler, and then cross again diagonally. Make a dot over there, so that's your center. And once you've found your center, we are going to mark out a 1 by 1 centimeter square. So grab your ruler, 1 centimeter on this side, mark it out, and then also width-wise mark it out. Okay, so now that we have our square marked out, we can grab our craft knife and actually cut it out. Now, if you are not old enough to use sharp objects, make sure that you have an older sibling or a parent to help you out at this part. So you're going to follow the lines that you've created with your square, 1 by 1 centimeters, and you're going to cut it out like that. And this is what your hole should look like. So you have a little hole peeking out there. Bloop. Okay, cool. So now the next step is you need to take your aluminium foil and actually cut out a square that is bigger than the hole that you've just created. So once you've cut your square, it should look like this one right here. Okay, so cut it out like that. And now we are going to be working on the inside of our lid. So we're also going to be needing some of our black tape and the scissors, and we're actually going to be pasting the square of foil. This is actually creating our lens, you guys. So we're going to be pasting the square on the inside. So grab it like that, and you want to make sure that the glossy side of your aluminium foil is facing the outside. So you paste it down like that, and you can grab some more tape and paste it down at the bottom as well, so that it's secure properly secured. That sounded really weird. Okay, so let's get moving. And this is what it should look like. So you have the little square sticking out like that. And then finally, we are going to be creating the shutter for our lens. So, you know when you take your picture, the part that goes, that opens and closes? So we're going to be creating that. You're going to be cutting your cardboard paper into a square that's also larger than your hole that you created in your box, and you're only going to be sticking down the top of your shutter, and this is what it should look like, you guys. Now, we are going to be finishing up our little camera later on in the show, so make sure that you stay tuned for that when we are going to be putting in our film. But for now, let's cross on over to Ayanda, who will be talking to the ambassador of ASI Korea Expo.
Hectic. Hectic.
Welcome back, you guys. You are still tuned in to the hottest youth show in the entire country. Now, I'm still at the DIY table, and as you've seen earlier on, we are making a pinhole camera. Now, earlier on, I showed you how to make the lens with our aluminium foil, and we also made the shutter right here. So I forgot to show you how to actually poke the pinhole to allow the light in for when you're taking your picture. So I'm just gonna flip my shutter open like that, and you're gonna grab your your drawing pin like that, and you're gonna make a tiny hole just in the center like that, bloop, and it's done. And then you can close your shutter again. So now we are going to be moving on to the part where we are going to be placing our lens on the inside of the base of our box. So you want to grab your lens. Now you can either use photo paper or lens. In this instance, if you take your lens and your film, and you expose it to light, it is gonna spoil. But for the purposes of showing you how to do this, I'm going to kind of spoil it. So we're gonna cut a section off of some of our film, just like that. And as I said, photo paper works just as well, you guys. And we've measured out on the inside of our box, the center of the box. So you can just use a ruler to measure that out. And also that has to go along with the width of your film or your photo paper. So we're gonna be pasting that on the inside. We've got some double-sided tape on the sides right there, and I'm just gonna be peeling it off, just like that. Oh gosh. Okay, let me get the second piece off. Okay, I can't get that piece off right now. So I'm just gonna be sticking the film down on the box, just like that. Okay. Now that our film is placed at the bottom, you are going to take your lid of your camera like this, and you're also going to be grabbing the elastic that I mentioned that you need earlier on. And this is going to be used to ensure that the light doesn't escape, because our shutter flaps like that. So if it's open, you'll lose your photo. So this is our pinhole camera ready for use, you guys. So when you actually take the photo, all you need to do is shift your rubber band like this, and then open the shutter for about 30 seconds and let some light in. I'm gonna take a picture of all you guys over there. Okay, picture, picture, picture. You need to let it open for about 30 seconds, you guys, or more, so that you can let enough light in. Okay, I think that's about enough. And you wanna take your elastic band and then close your camera and make sure that the light doesn't escape at all. Take it to a Photoshop and get your pictures developed, and voila, you'll have your pictures just like that, you guys.